Hello, hello. Let me turn the volume down a second. Seems low, but let me check this again. Hold on. Oh, it's going to be all quiet music now. It's going to make my life harder. Okay, we got this. Move my stupid thing over here. Still kind of loud. I think that's okay. I think that'll work. Kind of set it up, get going. More battle stuff tonight. I might go back to working on some other things after tonight. I do notice that when I get into too much of working on the same thing, it gets kind of boring. Not just for myself, but probably other people. So, I mean, technically, when I'm not streaming, I'm supposed to be working on a story. But I got a little delayed because a few things happened other than things I've already talked about. So, some of it's because Jacob is trying to catch up. I gave him a bunch of stuff to do, and I was like, okay, well, I could keep going ahead on story, but that's going to be less effective. Some of it's because I got really into trying to get my my on-map battle system working. And since last time, I actually got the monsters to place appropriately. Now I need to look at making the players place. And then if I can do it tonight, I might try to get the characters to run to their positions for the battle. That's primarily what I'm doing tonight. I know it's a lot of the same. I have made a surprising amount of progress since Saturday. It just doesn't always look that way. Just because that's how things go, apparently. So, when I last was looking at my code, what was I doing? That's the big question. Oh, I had made it so I can actually reset where the monster located. I want to go look at how the players get placed because I think I can get this done pretty fast. I should never say that. When I say I can get things done fast, it gets worse and worse. Okay, there's no prepare friends, I guess. Let's see how this works. So I always start these streams where I'm like, okay, I'll get this one little thing out, and then it'll be on to the next thing, and that one little thing takes the entire freaking stream. When the people like Sorrow come in, and oh, hey Sorrow, how are you? Long time no chat in any form whatsoever. Sorrow, I'm still curious, and I know I'll probably talk to you about it in the near future, but how goes your game project? Have you had time to work on it? think you said you were kind of paused on it, like you were too busy at work or something. You can prepare your friends, but can you prepare your enemies? Wait, yes, you can do both actually in this game. How do friends get placed? They get placed magically, apparently. Oh, because this is the battle viewer. Oh, I have the wrong battle viewer. Well, no, that's right. So wait, what did I do for friends? Generate friend. That gets the friend information. So I guess we should look at battle start. Go to here. This is the thing that places the monsters. I don't actually remember how I placed the friends. I mean, I know there's a place that does it. So I could do like dot pause. No, that's not what I want to look at. I want to look at like dot position, maybe? I think it happens here in the battle actor. So this happens in oh, right. Okay. So it's in their stupid reset state nonsense. Okay, so how does this work? Oh, right. Okay. I'm solid. I understand now. So I kind of don't want this garbage to happen. I have a bug I created because I'm trying to like not use their stupid positioning thing. But in doing that, I broke stuff. One of the reasons why a lot of my engine overrides has been me trying to get their positioning system to work with whatever I want to do, or get their code to work, in the format I want, is because the dependencies of something like this. So this is 110 uses. Oh, that's not that. Where are we? What is this? Oh, it's a battle Noom. Okay, so that's okay. But their battle character position has 11 usages, and I didn't want to go find all 11 usages and mess with them. So I'm gonna try and circumvent their entire stupid positioning system. Entire. I don't even know why this is like 00022. That doesn't even make sense. Because I have since the last time we looked at this, I have actually made some pretty big changes to my node system here, which I can show you once it loads. Okay. Oh, there. You see, I made some pretty big changes here. One thing is I made it so I could actually decide what position, so if it's front, left, back, or right. So rather than me try to infer position based on camera angle, I set it, and then I can set the camera angle to whatever I want. So it'll translate those coordinates. Center, shut your face. I also added this, where I could technically place heroes and monsters by giving them specific coordinates. Because there will definitely be maps where we don't want the grid system, and we'll want to put monsters, essentially, our players and monsters wherever we want. So I've made a dual system. The grid one will probably be a common one because we're going to want monsters in specific patterns. But who knows? I mean, maybe we'll start making battles and we realize every single battle is going to be coordinate based, and all this would be for naught. Such as game dev. So yeah, I made a lot of work. I did a lot of work, and I made myself a lot of work just to try and get this to the state I wanted it to be in. Now I have all the settings. I need to get players working, excuse me, accordingly. So this has 4 usages. And in generate friend and generate enemy. To generate friend from map, we still call reset state. Why do we call that? I think what we need to do is not do the positioning here. Or how do I want to do this? So I want to back up for a second because there's something that really kind of is now going to annoy me. So in battle start, this is the battle sequence manager. They create the data for the enemies. The players, I think, yeah, they do the player data stuff here, I guess. And then down here somewhere, yeah, here. Nope, not there. Here, the battle start is called on the battle viewer. So when this gets called, it'll call it on battle viewer 3D. And it'll call this prepare friends and prepare enemies. When it prepares enemies, it's going to generate the enemy. But then, and this is not my code, I didn't write this. Then they also reset the enemy's location. So even though the generator thing will set the position of the enemy, it will also do the. I'm actually not even sure how this monster arrangement type works. It kind of, there's this factor where in a programming pattern, you should not be resetting the state in terms of the player's, like the location of the monster character here, because that's a placement event. So reset is going to mean that you're effectively locked into whatever their positioning is, which again, really heckin' annoys me. Because we really shouldn't worry about, if we're going to reset something, it's not going to be the positioning. We need a different way to do that. But now that this is now I know it's ingrained in their code, I'm going to have to figure out the best way to handle it. So either I can accept their approach and inject my own approach into this code, or I could do something where the generate method is called, which happens in the prepare method. So I have to override the prepare from this map, and then I can just reset it afterwards. I suppose it's not really doing a lot of harm. All these, I mean, it's annoying and inefficient, but other than that fact, it's not harming anything, and is doing a bunch of other stuff. So I could mess with this. My perfectionist would want to delete this or refactor it or something, but I'm not going. Game dev has taught me not to be a perfectionist. So instead, prepare. Instead, I'm going to do an even less perfectionist thing and do a copy paste. Going all in. Been doing game dev for 4 years. Now I get it. Doesn't matter how good the code is. Are there game dev companies out there where the code quality is really important? Are they like, yeah, we believe in solid principles. Writing code good is more important than delivering code fast. Says no game dev ever. You don't make your money off the code if you can't release the product. It's technically true everywhere. So we're gonna call this, because I hate their naming convention. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna steal a page from the other book. Hey, Ketchup, can't stick around, but I'm telling people about your game, including my monster of a brother that likes 200% your monster of a brother. Thanks, Ketchup. I hope it's not like a real monster. Frankenstein. I appreciate the pop in and the shout outs and everything. Thank you. We'll see you around again. On like a Saturday or something. There is a beta version available. Once for early access purchasers. I 100% platformers. So Celeste, for instance, I didn't 100% it. I didn't get all the golden strawberries. I did beat all of the levels, and I got all of the crystal hearts, and all the red hearts. I beat every single side, A, B, and C. Just saying. I also really liked Super Meat Boy when I played it in the past. Although I played that with the keyboard. I know you're not supposed to stick around. I shouldn't be baiting you to keep talking about video games. Sorry, but also sorry, not sorry. Because I'm evil. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get rid of that there. Okay. So here's what we'll do. In this spot is what we'll do the whatchamacallit that I'm talking about. We'll set the position. So then what I need to do is get the player positions set up for battle. Yes, we do have. I have a Discord. We have a Discord here. This is our Discord. You can find me on Discord. My username is Motzi. I am the one and only original Motzi. There's probably other Motzis on Discord, but I captured not only originally when they had numbers, the 001, but I also then just took the plain name Motzi when they transitioned to no special identifiers. I am the Motzi of the Discord. Unfortunately, there's already a Motzi in Twitch. I didn't choose Motzi. I chose Motzi Makes. Yep. I hope you have a good evening. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Okay. So what did I do? I did. I shook my head because I'm like getting my brain adjusted. OG Motzi, baby. Original gangsta. At least from 2020. Yes, that was when I did the Motzi thing. Actually, I think I had Discord before that, and I changed my name to Motzi. What was I doing? I want to do something. Yes, good. I'm glad we're in alignment, Motzi. So in get monster position. Okay. Excuse me. I feel like I need to do the same thing for player. But how different is this really? Well, it's using a monster. Okay, so I would have to do this differently. Private void get player position. So now I need to get, okay, so we get the translated positions from the player grid. Then we need hero placements. Oh, right. Oh, cool. I thought ahead, apparently. Yeah, this is like the same code. Except that they're two different objects. So I guess I let go of your perfectionism and just write the dang code. That's how true game devs do it. You don't see Wallaber getting hung up on refactoring code. Well, actually, he does. At some point, he's like, okay, this isn't working anymore. Now I need to actually fix it. Which is arguably the right way to do things. Okay, so we're going to do not void. We need to return a point. We'll wave at catch up. Man, some people are fast. Like, people just live on the Discords. Honestly, I live on the Discord. So what am I saying? All right. So we'll return the result. And we need to add the result. I don't think this is necessary. So we're just going to turn it. So we're going to say result. Okay. This will get us our player positions. Let's see where we do the monster. All right. And then we'll say this. Actually, I'm surprised that we didn't just set it. I guess the reason is what? If it's a modern battle, okay, but we don't need that at all. So this is actually going to happen anyway. There's no reason. Okay. So we should just be able to call player position equals. That's interesting. I think the reason is because I have the wrong data object. If I just do that and I do this and I say, oh, come on. That gives me an option to fix it. Change the type? No. Change the type of the property to point. Yes. Easy peasy, refactor squeezy. Okay. So these are going to be the positions that represent the player. Essentially what should happen is I need to get the okay, hold on. I just realized I need to do something else. So grid positions. Yes. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. So we're just using the hero placements count to know how many things. What's position? Point. Oh, okay, got it. So basically, the way I had this set up, I had to remember my own code. If we're not using grid, then we assume whatever positions are set are like discrete points on the map, and we just use it. Otherwise, we have to translate the grid coordinates based upon whatever the position of the battle is. So, any hoozle. Okay, so then I should be able to just use that code, which means in the here place, we should be able to just use that. We'll go to here, capital P, prepare. Make sure we're using the right case. That won't get confusing at all later, I'm sure. Okay, so we're going to call... Now, I actually think, too, that I don't really care about these stupid weapon things. This create weapon model is so not necessary because it's not a... a character that would have weapon tied to it. I feel like I can just not use it and save myself some heartache. I might regret this later, so we'll say this was their way where you could have they had like dynamic models that could have weapons attached. But for our characters, even the 3D ones, we're just baking the weapons into the model. Okay, so hero character, generate friend, and then we need to. Do we have an index here? We don't. Okay. Index equals 0. So we have to do this in an indexed sort of way because oh my god, no, don't do that. I just want the little bits. I don't want all of it. Not only are these type of for loops better in game dev, it also means I can get an index, which I'm going to need for the positioning. So there we go. Now I should be able to be doing something like count. Wait, where's count? I called it index. No. Oh, it was using a count. That's how they were doing it. Why didn't they just use Why didn't they just use a for loop? Why? What? Why add all that extra crap when you could literally just use a for loop? Also, my friends, why are we doing this? Seriously? You should make me so sad. I mean, it's just the way to do it. Somebody just trying to get through the code fast or something? We have to prepare our friends the best as we can. It's all about positioning, if you know what I mean. You can prepare your friends and you can prepare your code, but you can't prepare your friends' code. Try. They might get mad at you. This is the only time where I want to do this. Because I want to set in the array character. That's actually interesting. Why are we regenerating the actor? If it does not equal null, then we get rid of it. Oh, that's weird, actually. That might come back to bite me in the butt later. We'll find out. All that work for no apparent payoff. What is this garbage here? What the flip are they doing? So they go through the list, and then if a friend exists, they get rid of it. And then they go through the list and they do a release. Oh, is it trying to say if there's more? Because by the end of this, it's saying if there are any extra friends, then it gets rid of them. That's strange. I guess it would be if you had... if you added a bunch of people or something. I don't know. This is going to bite me later too, but we're going to comment it out. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna do boom, and that position is gonna be the direct position on the map, and everything else should be good. So now I should be able to place the characters magically and deliciously, and I don't have to go touch battle axe. Let's find out. So if this is right, I'm gonna set something up that's a little bit like wilder, just so I can track it. So in our battle for our player grid, right now I haven't made it editable from the node, so I still have to figure that out because I want to be able to edit these in that node section. But I'm a little leery because I could easily see how we're gonna have a default grid and we'll start messing with it, and all of a sudden we've changed it for every battle ever, and I don't like that idea. Like, I like the idea of having reusable grids, but I don't like the idea that we can easily change it from a node because I can see a high possibility of mistake. Okay, so we're going to just be crazy with this and see what happens. Probably a lot of really terrible stuff is going to happen. Yeah. Why can't you breed an eel with an eagle? Because it's illegal. I'm sure there's actually some biological reasons you can't do that. But who am I to say? If an eel wants to try, give it its best shot. You never know. Someday it might work. You have a bunch of illegal evils. You'll have a bunch of illegals. Oh, that doesn't sound right at all. That doesn't sound right at all. Just because I live in the U.S. That's not what I'm saying. Gotta cleanse my palate of my terrible flub. What do you call... Hey, Deflux. What the flux is up with you? What do you call flowers that are BFFs? Buds. How are you, Flux? I know I always make the joke, but I love the name. What's wrong with breaking the law whilst entering the country? Huh. I was making a joke about eagles that are pairing with eels. You got something to give me, cuz? I just like the name. I like saying what the flux is up with you, because it's flux. So what are going to show here? Something's wrong with the player positioning, so I'll figure that out, because it's not where it should be. But I have this fun little button I can push. If I move things around, I can see the position change. It's a little janky right now, but so like here's where the boar is. I can put the boar at the top left, for instance. And then if I push my little button while the battle's happening, boom, he moved. I had trouble pressing the button. But these guys are so clustered. I think Atlas is down at the bottom, so he is moved. But the other ones are not where I would expect them to be. So I got to figure out what's going on there. I think there's some weird logical issue. How are you? What have you been up to? Have you been flexing those muscles? I don't have enough camera to show. I've got my wingspan's too wide. My muscles are too big. Can't put them on camera. Sorry about that. You know, I'll try to get weaker. It's honestly pretty easy to do. I'm just, you know, getting weaker by the day. Get old, get weak, losing my hair, losing my sanity, all those things. What have you been up to, Flux? That's what I want to know. I also want to know what love is. Want you to show me Deflux. Deflux sounds like acid reflux. You got a new job? And boy, what a dumpster fire. Tell me about it, Flux. What kind of job is it? Is it a development job? You love dumpster fires? They're so... that's cool. I actually love going into dumpster fire companies. So, if I had my way, I'd be like a CTO for hire, because let me talk myself up. Talk about flexing. I'm actually quite good at going in and identifying what needs to be fixed at a company and making change. The only problem with making change anywhere, though, is you have to have people bought in on the idea that change is necessary. If they don't see it as necessary, then it's almost impossible to make change. Especially if it's on a leadership level, then you're basically screwed. If the leadership doesn't see the problem, they won't do anything about it. Your retardant suits from all the fires. I mean, the thing is, like, no one would hire or pay for an interim CTO that didn't recognize there was a problem. So I guess there's there's hope. But it's hard to convince people. A lot of people that are in high level leadership positions, they believe they've gotten there because of their skills. He told you, here's what's up, and he's like, you know why don't you bring that up during the retrospective? Oh, yeah, bring it up during the retro. Yeah, got it. Well, it depends on what the problem is and what the company is, because if the retrospective provides value and people will listen to it and change, great. If the retrospective is just a complaint session and no one is trying to use that information as a way to grow, that's a problem. Because I have definitely told people to bring it to retrospective, for sure. That's not something I have avoided saying, depending on what type of problem it is. Some problems are like, yeah, we need to deal with this right now. Or I'll put the person in charge in helping solve it. Like, yeah, I'll support you, but you need to do this. I don't think the flex works at my company. Pretty sure I didn't hire Deflex as a software dev. Could be wrong. No chance I would hire you? No chance you would work for me? What's the no chance? That now I'm intrigued. Okay, so what I need to do is figure out what's going on with these translated positions. Because the characters didn't show up in the right places. This position should be fine. Because you'd have your shit together. Oh, you want to go work at companies that don't have their stuff together. You prefer to work in dumpster. It's like your bread and butter. You like to play, what is that? Like something Go Horse? What is it called? Hold on, there's a name for it. It's like a Brazilian term. Go Horse. It's called Extreme Go Horse. Have you heard of Extreme Go Horse methodology? It's great. It's basically like go in there and I want to pull this up because I saw a video about this and I thought it was hilarious. And I think that like there are legitimately people that probably do this. Extreme Go Horse. So great. Here's the link to it. By talking about agile marketing and blah blah blah, disclaimer, this is satire. It says it's satire, but I'm betting you that there are people. Oh, it's Portuguese, not Brazilian. I think, therefore, it's not XG8. If you don't think, you do the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no second option. There are 3 ways of solving a problem: the right way, the wrong way, and the XGH way, which is exactly like the wrong one, but faster. It's faster than any development process you know. You'll always need to do more. Yes, but every bug solved using XGH, 7 more are created, as all of them will be solved using XGH. There is its utility tends to be infinite. It's completely reactive. Errors only come to exist when someone notices them. So the whole point is write code as fast as you can and deliver it. What is this? Is this the person? Is this another? Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Don't try to row against the tide. That's amazing. Anyway, I watched. There's a video about it, and I just thought it was the most hilarious thing. And I was like, wait, is it really satire or is it really real? I thought, actually, I've known people like this. And there's like halfway through is like, don't worry, you'll leave before everything goes downhill and explodes. You'll just find another job. You just jump from job to job, doing the exact same methodology. Eventually, every bug will be fixed, even though you'll always create more bugs than you fix. I don't know how that technically works. Do I need to do... I actually don't know why the positioning is wrong here. I wonder if I had different logic if it was a player or not. Place map battle command. We had some async void methods. Ooh, that's glorious. I love me some async void. And I was like, hey, maybe not do that. And they were like, no, that's intended. That's good. That's probably for the best. This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. Yeah. Go get those horses, baby. All right, let's see here. So translate grid coordinates. We don't have any notion. Oh, do we need the notion? We might need a notion of... No, we shouldn't. I think this should be okay, actually. I'm wondering if maybe the grid positions are wrong. So we have 1 and 4. That doesn't seem right, does it? Oh, 0 and 4. No, that's wrong. Why would it be 0 and 4? No, that's right. Okay. 4 is the vertical. Got it. So then why is it not doing what I want? If I have these guys in the corners, this is going to get translated to 0 and -4. I'm like, what if something goes wrong? And they were like, it's okay, we log the SQL. I mentioned using open telemetry standards. And they were like, we are not a big enough shop to use a logger. I'm like, what even is this? How did they pass the interview process with you? Do you have an interview process? When you go to take on a job, do you interview the people that might hire you? Sounds glorious. The thing is, like, I wouldn't mind being in that situation. How did they pass? Yeah, like, when you go to interview at a company, you also are interviewing the company. Well, I mean, hard not to say no to that. More money, more problems for no reasons. What is going on with our position? Did I mess? No, I think the positions... Let's see if I can make my brain work. So we get the translated place positions. Those are going to be the ones that are represented of here. They're cool. But did they hire you to fix these problems, or did they just hire you as like a senior? Wait, what level? What level of engineer are you? Mid-level, senior, higher, lead, principal? Are you principal? Tell me more. Level 29. Oh, okay. I don't know what that translates to in like normal vernacular at a company, but you have no clue what levels there are? You mean in general or at this particular company? Because the levels are pretty simple. There's usually only 4 or 5 of them, unless they're really esoteric and they have like 6 or 7. Well, someone is a level 1, right? Level 1 like is junior person. Junior engineers are level 1. Anyone junior that are just getting started, newer to their career, those are level 1. Anyone that is, depending on what type of company, 2 to 5 years can be a level 2, the mid-level. And then anything above 5 years could be levels.fyi. What is that? That's an interesting one. Salaries and tools to level up your career. That's cute. Everyone is level chief. It's a site for technology companies. Okay. I mean, the general terms or spans of levels, regardless of what companies call it. There's always the people that are intro, that are just getting started, new to their careers. Then there's the mid-levels, which make up a really big portion. And mid-levels can be just out of being junior to being really close to being a senior. But a mid-level is usually designated by someone who just does their job. Chief Software Engineer, CSE. So mid-levels get really good at just doing your job and basically doing what you're told. Take on some projects, maybe do some feature management of like leading of some project, but you're not going to go higher than that. And then higher than that, supposedly, I mean, again, I've seen companies where this doesn't work at all. You have senior people that don't even live up to what some companies' juniors are. But seniors are supposed to be a broader scope of influence, right? You're not just doing technical, you're also doing a little bit of architecture, or a lot of leading of efforts, or really heavy lifting projects and so on. Nah, I do not F with those pyramid schemes. I make my own pyramids. Fair enough. You make those pyramids, build those blocks. I'm actually talking about linear progression, so I don't know how you make a pyramid out of that. Or like a ramp. Makes that noise. Or like, an excite bike hill. Okay, so what I need to figure out is what I'm doing here. I'm really curious why the positions did not show up in the right place. So I guess I'll debug it, because it's just, at least I can see the concrete numbers, see what's going on. It's all about the bit connect. I don't know what that means, actually. What's bit connect? Is that something important? Is that a thing people know? There's so many acronyms and terminology things around. BitConnect was an open source cryptocurrency. Oh, is it about cryptocurrency? He was indicted. Oh my gosh. That was awful. And there's even a true crime documentary about it. Whoa. And there's a BitCon on Netflix. Wow, I know nothing about this. I wasn't. Do you know why? Because a lot of my adult life, besides doing some things that weren't work related, was working all the time. I was so engrossed in the work, I never really connected with everything else in the world. It's kind of sad, really, because I was such a online computer nerdy guy before I joined the military. The military didn't necessarily change that out of me. It's just that I got a different drive to do things. Like, I wanted to work on computers, but I wasn't really like searching around on the internet for things. And I wasn't really into memes and all that stuff. I was too into whatever else I was doing. I didn't have much mental capacity for much else. So I missed the whole era, I would say. 4 years, from 99 to 2003. Oh, great. Debugger statement is sitting here somewhere. Now, I don't know where it is, but let's just press stop. Start it up again. It's actually really interesting to me because before I went into the military, I would spend a lot of my free time playing video games and watching stuff. You want to be indicted and go to jail? What? Is that what you're saying? I want to be in jail when I grow up. I said lie. I haven't. I mean, I might have. It's, you know, there's huge gaps in my knowledge of the world from 2005 to 2020, I guess. 2020, I got more into online. Yeah, if it's gonna be, it's probably gonna be something loud. I'll just watch it separately. I'll take this clip. Hold on, let me take what you just gave me. I'll take a note of it. Not that I don't want to watch it, just it's such a pain when I have to get my browser to show something. I'm supposed to listen to it, like, because the audio is just all out of whack. I'm gonna put these in my notepad. Then I'll learn all about BitConnect. And I will be so captivated by it. And I'll realize I want to be just like BitConnect when I grow up. My life will be changed. And I'll be like, wow, Deflux helped me become a different person. Or not. I have no idea which one will happen. Why are these all 0 zeros? Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't... I mean, anything's possible. Yeah, that's true. Anything is possible. That is true. I didn't even know what loss was. Someone had explained to me the whole concept. Why is it 0? Shouldn't be 0. Should it? Let's see what the other one is. Okay, so the grid positions came out. We have 0, 0. I don't recall actually placing something at 0, 0. We have 4 and -4, which is the right and the top. And we have 4 and 4, which is the right and bottom. So I guess it came out. How did it come out as 0, 0 though? I don't get it. Not what it should be. You take that you take that military grade mind you got. I don't think you know how people in the military are. The minds are military grade. It's interesting them getting this laid out in this position. So it could be the translation that's failing, not the position. This should not be 0, 0, should it? Yes, it should be, actually. This would be the point, like the center point. So actually, it is getting those right. It's just not. It's not translating them properly. Why is that? This coordinate is what's happening that's going wrong. I think I know why. I think I have to know whether it's player or not. So I think it's also not getting the. It must not be getting the hero player as the first one. Maybe? That's kind of interesting. What's your life plan? Go in the military? Do you want to sell stuff like equipment or software? Oh, the military needs socks. I mean, they do. Yeah. They do have a lot of existing companies that supply the socks. And I'm pretty sure they go with the lowest bidder in that regard. Although, to be fair, only 2,000 each? Oh, you got them. Buy them while they're on discount. Well, the trick is it's not about selling things to the military. It's about having the connections to the people who make the purchasing decisions, and then you sell to them, even if it's completely ridiculous what you're selling. Okay, so this is 0, 0. So one of the characters is getting placed at the center point. I feel like I need to look at how the numbers are being modified and then compare it to what I have in my system. Probably. So the real trick doesn't matter what you're selling to them, whether it's socks or otherwise. If anything's unavoidable that we need to test in socks in hostile conditions with the military purchasing, is if anything, I think you're saying is unavoidable. I mean, in the Marine Corps, we had a whole new set of equipment that sucked. And we're convinced that it was because whoever sold it to the military had a special connection, if you know what I mean. Like a family connection or something. But the new equipment was awful. It was not designed for Marines. So we need to fly the purchasing department out to the hostile beaches of Hawaii each year just for QA. Very hostile. Terrible. Awful, even. Okay, so we're translating one coordinate and we're subtracting from y. So let's go look at our map. Oh, I can't believe I quit that. You know, a lot of the equipment is probably not designed for infantry, which I was in the infantry. And so I could tell you from personal experience, the stuff that they made for us wasn't the greatest. Here at Deflux Streams, U.S. taxpayer funds, we take QA very seriously. Deflux steals. I mean, that's where a lot of the problems are, is all these companies that have their ins into either the government, business, or whatnot, and then they just get ridiculous amounts of money. But like getting into that from the bottom up, not very easy. All right. So let's think about this real quick. With my grid system, if we were in a battle like this, and this was the center point, then we would... It would be front here. So one of the points is -4, -4. So it would mean that we add both values. We add -4, which is subtracted from x, and we add... Okay, so this is definitely a problem. I don't even know how x became negative, now that I think about it. Oh, this isn't the right... Oh, hold on a second. This isn't even the right one. Hold on. I need to go back. I need this one. I need to go back here. Okay, this makes more sense. Okay, so we have 0, 0. So 0 this wouldn't do anything. No matter what the value is, it won't affect. That's just going to be a center point placement, which is fine. Let's look at a different point though. So this one would be 4 and -4. So x is 4, y is -4. So that in the grid that I was showing, that would be the top right. So in this case, for the x and y, we would have, the way I had this written to translate it, we minus x and plus y. So let's see if that works properly. Or we minus y from x. The y is -4, so effectively it would add to x. Let's take that x. So this is sideways. Let's say this is the center point, which at the bottom it says 39.27. So we would add y to x. If that were true, then we would move it up here. It would go up. And then what else do we have here? It would be... Then we add x. X is 4. Yeah, so it should... I mean, it should be placing the the character somewhere around here. Let's see what we end up with as the coordinate. The translated x and y is 39.29. 39.29. I wonder where I set the center point. No, that's center point. 39.29. This is the center point. The translated x and y are 43.33. 43. Oops, 40. I mean, it looks like it's getting it to the right place, but it's not actually placing the character there. So something seems to be resetting where the character is going, which means that reset method is going to be annoying, and I'm going to hate that. Because I'm pretty sure it's not... I think what's happening is that reset method is like messing up the placement. It's interesting that it's doing it like this weird opposite angle though. Because my calculations are... They should be correct. But they're not putting them on the characters in the right spot. What I want to find out is, when does this reset thing happen then? We have 5 usages of reset state. We do prepare friends, generate. Yeah. Well, this actually... It honestly shouldn't be causing a problem. Oh, I was getting messages from Jacob. What did he want? Okay, so I guess I could test by pushing my, like, making my button push update that too. So I guess I could do update actor positions, and then I'll do the same thing for the character. For is it heroes? Friends, of course. I always use different names for everything. Friends.link. Okay. I know I could make a reusable method, but who cares? Okay. Hey, fungi, how are ya? What are we doing today? We're working on the battle system for this game right here. What are you doing? Come on in, there's a lot of room. Not too much room, though. Gotta send a text message real quick. So much room. Just coding a game on Godot. What's your game? Do you want to share it? My texting had nothing to do with you, by the way. I just noticed something I needed to message somebody about. How's it Godoting with it, with your game? Okay. How far in your game dev are you, fungi? And would it already be shipped to 4 platforms if you use Master Race? Yeah. Master Race. Uni is not even close to that. Fine. The game's in prototype. It started today. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a page. Metroidvania type of game. Do you got any like prototype images or anything? Let's go see if my reset button works. Yeah. So somehow this guy got put in the wrong spot, but now they're all in the right place. It's actually interesting that the main character was not the one that shows up in the front. I might have to figure out ways to associate their placements. Yeah, hey Gavin. I know Sorrow's kind of mean. He's Sorrow. Jeez. Okay. Okay. So then, what would cause a player to go in the wrong position on the first pass? It feels like what's happening is there's a reset happening. What I need to do is look at the reset method. See if that's getting called after my thing gets called. I'll do actually. I'm gonna have to go back to start it over. You just got saves to work. That's good. The name Kurozumu is the Japanese word for darken Roman genized. What does Roman genized mean? You got saves to work. That's good. I don't know how it works in Godot. I've used Unity for too long. I feel like I should be diversifying. Kind of want to make my own engine. I mean, always fun to experience the pain of making an engine. That is for sure. Okay, let's go back and play this again. So, yeah, so something in the setup is causing the players to get misplaced. I don't know what would do that yet. I gotta find out. I mean, clearly the positioning will work. I suspect there's some kind of reset happening. But we shall find out. I guess I'll have to look at each hero character to see. Because once it's set, it shouldn't get set again, I don't think. I might have, if this isn't it, then I'll have to hunt down where it's setting it. Romangenize is just transliterating Japanese characters to English letters. Oh, yeah. Okay. I kind of thought that's what you meant. So Kurozumu is, those are, right, Kuro, Zu, and Mu, right? I'm trying to learn Japanese. So I didn't know it was called Romangenized when you use Roman characters to represent the syllables. So are you Japanese? Do you speak Japanese? Well, let's see. In Japan, it's morning time right now, so it's Ohio gozaimasu. Romanji. No learning. Dozo yoroshiku. Fungi-san. I like how there's no specific order. You can say Fungi-san. Well, I don't know how you say it in kanji, because you would say the kanji characters, but like Fungaru-san or something like that. Fungaru-san. Like Funguru-san. Is that how it is? Fungu. I don't know what Y is translating. I've never even tried to translate words to kanji, by the way. Not even like part of my learning at the moment. So we'll get rid of this. Get rid of that. Now, here's the question. Do we get a reset? That is what I want to find out. Don't know why it won't break on a set. Okay, meow. So we're doing translate. Oh, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so a reset does get called afterward. That's weird. It's happening. Oh, strange. So it shouldn't be. Because it's calling reset state here. So it shouldn't be actually causing it to reset. Not in the right order. Because we called generate friend and then we called this thing. I have to find any ones that happen after this. No, so it doesn't happen anywhere. But this guy is just never going to the right spot. Took German in school, now trying to pick up Nahuatl is, well, I don't know what language that is. There's as many resources I can as my third language is Nahuatl. This is hello fungi. Well, yeah, I guess it's just like good afternoon. It might be afternoon there now. So konnichiwa. I don't know how to say that. There's sun. Is that a she? No. I don't know the kanji characters. I'm not good with reading the characters. Nahuatl was the Aztecan language before Spanish. Oh, because you and fungi have the same color? I was like, wait, I thought you were learning Japanese, fungi. Katakana, right, not kanji. Sorry. There's 3 different character sets in Japanese. It's hard for my brain. I'm bad at it. Okay, so why is this old man going to the wrong spot? Every single time he goes to the wrong spot. It tells me that there must be something else that's setting the position of the character. I mean, given that I know that this works, I could also just call the prepares. Okay, hold on. No, that doesn't do anything. So what is this? This is called battle start. This doesn't do anything like setting any characters. Part of me thinks it happens somewhere in here. There is add enemy member, which is the bug I've got to fix. Character set position. What is this one? This might be it. I don't think so though, because this isn't related. So no, I guess it's not happening here. So then, oh, they capitalize prepare enemy. Did I make an override for it? I did. Okay, hold on. To do this right, I really should be making an override. So virtual void. We'll rename this to okay. And then we'll go back here. Probably smart to do it that way. There you go. Now I can see you differently. Axolotl, coyote, and chocolate are all Nahuatl words. English words that come from it. Are you? Is there? What? Why are you learning? Like, for the sake of it? What's the clap about? Why did you give me the clap? In my phase of learning Japanese, I am now at the learning a little bit about travel words and how to say whether I own something or not. So I could say, for instance, sore I say, Sore kusu no, Sore watashi no kusu, kusu? No, kasa. No, how would I say it? Or well, I could just say watashi no kasa janai desu. Something. Not my umbrella. Because it's hard. Okay. So you like things that are hard and challenging. Got it. Woo. Have I got what? Never mind. Let's see. So we go to battle sequence manager. Is there something here that sets position? No. Battle actor, maybe? There's got to be another set position that happens in here that I'm just not finding. Somehow the old man is the one lucky enough to be stuck with it. Maybe it's in the... controller? Battle event controller, maybe? No. Why is the old man not going to the right spot, but everyone else is? I'll try a cheater fix here, and after the battle start, I'll just force it to update. So we'll just see if I call it twice, if it'll just force it to be there. And then I can go work on the bug that I should be fixing. That I don't want. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. Because it's gonna be annoying. You were torn between. There's a lot of challenge. EA, I don't know. Is that Watashi no? I don't know what the character is. Yes. No, it's mine. Is that a Kasa? EA, Watashi no Kasa desu? You're saying it's my umbrella? No, it's my umbrella. That's not my umbrella. No, it's my umbrella. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that is kanji, right? Kanji is like the Chinese characters that get used in Japanese. Is that how that goes? I am getting better at recognizing hiragana characters. Not very good at katakana. Don't know kanji basically at all. Neko. Oh yeah, it is. You're right. That is Neko. Once you give me the word for it, I'm like, that makes sense. How do you say who's on first? I don't know. I actually don't know how you say who is something. I don't know how to say who's on anything. So I know how to say, like, I mean, I can Google Translate it or something. The urge to sing The Lion Sleeps Tonight is always just a whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away. Alright, let's see if we can make this. Let's see if we can make the character place. Even if he doesn't, I want to look at the bug. Because I think I've noticed that when I stream this stuff, I get to a certain point with the positioning thing that, like, I need to take my brain offline. You had to write it for Google Translate as who's on first base, etc. Because otherwise it doesn't have a way there's no context that allows it to infer. That's good. It forced him to be in the right spot. I'm using Unity, but I'm also using this engine called Smile Game Builder. Smile Game Builder has its own engine that it then exports into Unity. Like, it literally converts all of its stuff into Unity meshes and objects, and then it has its own way of, like, hooking into the um, the rendering methods. And so a lot of my work has been to make their system work better in Unity for what I want. But it might not look like anything. However, I will say the notion of being able to have a map battle using their battle system was so far away from reality when we first started. I couldn't even imagine how I'd make it. And now it's working. Now, I actually don't know why the monster grid is all messed up. It's actually concerning. Oh no, I think I just moved the character. So I can like move the monster down here. This is only for my testing. There's never gonna be a point where the monsters just like jump around like this. But I can at least move them around. I don't know why he just moved backward. I guess it's because the character wanted to move forward or something. So we'll put the monster here for now. For such a little thing, it's really a big deal. Could be like the first floor of a hotel, which imagines different from the first base in the baseball. Yes, that's true. And in any language, there are colloquialisms. So if you say who's on first, it implies the game of baseball. But because that's not something that's normal for the culture of Japan, they wouldn't infer that. It's weird that the monster is so close. I'm definitely going to have to put like a buffer between the center point and like the monsters and stuff. Did it move? How they move? I wonder. Did it? I mean, it's a pretty significant swing, but they're not actually going anywhere. That's weird. It's like the center guys are not going where I want them to. What? Why are watashi, boku, and other words that mean why are they or what are they? There's formal and informal words too. And there's words that you would use if you're talking to like someone you know versus someone you don't know. Why are there? I don't think Japanese is a tonal language, but it's a more formal language. So the way you address a situation depends upon the people involved. Yeah, in English you only have to say I, because English is one of the few languages that doesn't conjugate basic pronouns. There's a whole, it's what type of language? There's a name for the type of language it is. It's imperative language. There's a name for like the linguistic type of language it is. It's Germanic, but there's a different term for it. What is it called? He's just giving me all these things like Indo-European. But like most languages have some kind of way in which you deal with pronouns and structure that's different. English is very different in that regard. Like English went on a cultural shift. Probably the same reason I is capitalized when other languages don't. I love how the stream just became about Japanese because the name of the game because the name of my game in Japanese. Well, I'm okay with talking about things. I'm easily distracted. Itch is lowercase. No, I took a linguistic course in college, and I remember that there is a classification of English that's very unique, because even German has some conjugation. German and Dutch and associated languages that English was born from, it's still slightly different. I mean, Dutch and German are similar enough to English that if you learn some of the basics, you'll start recognizing words. But no, it was like an God. There's a name for the way the language is structured that I wish I could remember. English doesn't have gendered pronouns. Well, they do. I mean, like, they don't have gendered objects, right? But that's not what it was. There's a word I wish I knew what it was. Analytics in an analytic language, maybe. Agglutinative. I don't even remember. Io is Indian Ocean, I think. I think it's some overseas location. I don't think it's Germany. Yeah, no gender articles. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I'm getting distracted by this topic. Okay, so let's look at this bugger here. This is because it's trying to get location placements. This is here. Four, 4, 7. Okay. So command target window drawer, add monster. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna override this garbage. Indian Ocean, right? Which monster arrangement type? But what is it doing when it says add monster? I don't understand this. So there's, oh God, this is going to be so annoying. The way the target selector works is based on this effing table. This is like mind-numbing levels of fixing I've got to do. Oh my gosh. How can I cheat this system? I don't want to do it this way. I want there to be a better way. Oh no. So the way the classic system works, they determine the character location based on their layout. Hey King, what's up? And the problem, so I could just use. So one thing I could do is I could just use my advanced system. So if Like there won't be an interim. I'm gonna have to get the advanced system working in order to use on-map battles. It's probably reasonable. All right, have a good one, Fungi. I think you're saying gotta go. I'm working on Alterium Shift, this game right here. On-map battles. Except mostly I'm breaking things, is what I'm doing. We'll use a new battle system. It even switched right there. Funny it did it in real time. So the way the Smile Game Builder system works, the layout of the battle is very, very ingrained in how the command selector works. The thing that like selects different characters. And I don't really want to go and refactor all their code or update their code so it works whether it's on map or not. That seems like an effort and futility. So I'm going to see if my enhanced battle system works with it. It still might not. There still might be some bug or breakage. I anticipate there would be some problems with trying to convert the system to on-map battles. The benefit is it's no longer loading an extra map, which makes loading maps faster just by default. This has got a built-in performance improvement. Okay, well they got placed right-ish. Although wasn't it? Oh, why did that get turned off? Dang it. Got turned off because it's in the settings. Damn it. Okay, so let's go back and try again. I think I could just force it to be on after it runs. Let's try this. All right. Let's make sure that stays on. Please stay on. Stay on. Okay, we're good. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, so this is the new battle system. Although for some reason it's using the old command thing, which is very strange. Why would it be doing that? Let Hermit cook. You mean like cook food? I just learned .fm websites are for the Federated States of Micronesia. Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, King. What's up? Are you a game developer or interested party? I don't know. Let's see here. What is going on? So we need to go look at our UI. .gg websites. How are you guys on this weird topic? Get really hung up on the origin of websites. Okay, let me go look in here. So I want to go look at battle menu. I wonder why it's not. Let's go to system. So I think I might have actually turned off use new battle system in a couple places. I can't remember why I did that, but I'm pretty sure I like commented the code out. Or I forced it to be off. Okay, so let me go look at the places I might have used it. Because we have a bug with it where after every battle, the second one will crash. And people were complaining about that. Can I get rid of the public setting? did. Oh, weird. Go see the places I'd put in here. What if I made an area like we have some forest areas actually. They make appreciable percent of their total GDP from people talking and paying from people talking on .fm. Oh, I see. It's fascinating. He's right too. What if you made an area like Forgotten Forest? Don't know why I put a kappa there. There's always a kappa everywhere. Well, Sorrow is very kappa driven. Sorrow will pass a kappa in that. Well, anyway. It's funny that the new battle system worked in a few places. Oh, I think it's because I forced it to be off. Anyway, we have a lot of forest areas. We have a couple of them actually. Even in the beginning of the game, there's a forest, which is somewhere. I'm showing it from here because it's easier for me to get access to it. Little forest area here with a potential baddie. Some other spots with little bees and spiders. Okay, so I commented all this out because I didn't want anybody to use it. CD is for Congo. Are .cd domains a thing? Who would have a .cd domain? Okay, I'm gonna have to. This is a little annoying. So I'm gonna have to have a way I can test this with the new system, but also not accidentally turn it on for everybody. Oh no. Okay, let's see here. We don't need the persistent store. I don't care about that. Oh, we don't need that. We do need that. We need that. I think I might use that one too. Need this code here. This is in the battle sequence. We're going to need this code too. Is action menu visible? I wonder why I commented some of the little ones out. I wonder if there's like a bug I forgot about. Alright, let's go see if this works. Congo needs to start profiting from their physical resources. There. The fact that DRC isn't a ridiculously wealthy country is a tragedy. I'd imagine the record shops might want one. Hey, by the way, record people buy CDs? I guess so. How did the ticket stuff go? Did you get out of your ticket? Forgot when you were going into it. Man select player. Why would this be failing? Maybe I just changed it how it works. We'll try that. See what happens. You have a nether court date? Why? Did they move it? Hear me out. You walk in a man, he's on a wall, blood covering the trees. You see him stuck, and he walks to you and he's going to get in a fight, but then you can't heal. Oh. You walk in, he's on the wall, blood's covering the trees, he's stuck, He's gonna fight you, but you can heal him. And that's an interesting idea. I had the arraignment last week, and tomorrow I think the actual. Gosh, it's a lot of work for this thing. Well, they make that annoying. They absorb more time from you than it would be just to pay the ticket, right? Because I can't remember if you said it was an expensive ticket. So ridiculous. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Is this setting? I think the setting got turned off. Because I forced it to be turned off, so no one could complain about the battle system not working. And try this again. Oh, who cares about that part? Okay, so I don't know why the monster's HUD is in the wrong spot, but that's okay. It thinks the monster's up here when it's down there, but it works, so that's good. So that's fine. I guess I'm going to have to commit to getting the battle system working. Now they're just going to sit here and dance in their poses because I didn't end the battle properly, which is fine. Oh, right. I just keep forgetting the reason. No, that makes sense, especially because it's like you're admitting it, which is not true. So what is the deal with the HUDs? The HUDs. Well, I think at that point, like, I'm gonna have to figure out now, I guess, re-engaging on using the enhanced battle system, which I guess is gonna be needed for on-map battles, which is okay. I mean, I've needed to work on it. It just got pushed to the side a little bit. So I think maybe what I could look into, what I'd really like to try is, can I now place characters based upon my manual setting? I didn't even test it before. So what I can do here is, if I want to say that the monsters are placed on the map based on a coordinate, I can change this to coordinates, and I can just set them, or monsters and player. So let's say we go look at the map, eh? Not that one. I use this one because it's easier to get points to find. So let's say the battle starts, and we want the board to be like behind this grass, really far away. 3922, right? 3922. 3922. And then we're going to set each one of these characters, unfortunately. I feel like I should have a way to like set where the hero goes. Hey Bart, how are ya? How goes the battle? Or, I mean, that's what I'm working on. You were interested in game development. Hopefully I don't dissuade you from it. Tell me more. Are you a developer by trade, or are you just interested, you do other things and you're interested in game development on the side? I'm going to put one character down here. 34, 32. I don't even care what character it is. I'm just going to set any of them. You've always wanted to? That's kind of like me. I'm a bit old. I'm 43 years old. And my whole life I wanted to do game development. Instead I went into a nice, safe, software as a service career. Finally, during the pandemic, I decided I'd start doing it. 39.35. I can't tell if I'd started sooner if I would be better or worse than I am now. Probably worse. So what have you tried to do? Are you looking into engines and such? And then we'll do 45, 31. Let's see what happens. I think from here I might switch from what I'm streaming. So next Saturday I'll do something besides battles. You'd like to learn Unity. Well, do you have development experience at all? Or are you completely new to anything related to programming? A lot of times people would recommend things like Godot or even other things like Game Maker or Construct 3. No, not Game Maker? Yeah, Game Maker, I think it's called. Or Construct 3. I think the best thing is just try some tutorials and see if it makes sense to you. Okay, look. I set the characters exactly and I didn't have to worry about grid placement. This is all off, but that's okay. But I was able to get the characters placed. And they actually went where they're supposed to. So that's good. I'm happy about that. I don't know if I need to add any more on this right now. I could start thinking about how I'd make the characters run to their spots rather than be placed there directly. How would I do that? I have to do it in here, maybe? You need to go through each player and make them run there. I don't know how I would get them easily to do that. Let me think here. I'd have to move. I'd have to like move the character. How do they want to do that? Let's try this. The thing about learning how to code and learning how to use an engine, there's a lot. Unity has a lot to learn. Like there's a lot of idiosyncrasies, learning how the, these components work and all the different switches and knobs you can do, learning about textures and renderers. And I've developed for more than 17 years, but professionally 17 years. And it took me a while to learn Unity. So let's say, where do we do this setting? Is it in here? Oh, I do it in here, I think. Stop followers. Okay. So if I did this the way I was thinking. We already have the actors. Oh, but it does it again? What the flip? This can't be right. Can we prepare the characters? It's weird that it resets the characters even though it sets them up the first time. calls the map method then? Generate friend from map. Where does this happen? That's in my prepare state. Prepare map battle. This gets called once. Okay, so I must not call generate friend. Battle start. No, prepare friends. It does get called. I'm actually really surprised. So it must... It's like ignoring my code, actually. It's not actually moving the existing characters to their spots. That's annoying. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to go unwind all that stuff too. Great. Okay, I've definitely made another step in this slog of working on the battle system. It is unfortunately a lot. And it's also a work night. So I'm going to wrap up, I think. Because I am tired. But I'll keep slogging away. I think when I get back to streaming on Saturday, I'm not going anywhere. When I stream on Saturday, I will probably go back to working on the on-map abilities. I put that one on pause, but I want to get back to that one. Who should we go visit? Oh, Griffin Blade is streaming. And he's working in Godot. Oh, it says no spoilers though. What's he working on? Building scenes and playtesting. So he's not working on code. What about coding with strangers? Yeah. I guess we could just go say hi to Jitspo. I know I always fall back to Jitspo, but he's a pretty entertaining guy, right? And he's working in Godot. We like Godot. I mean, I say that, but I don't use Godot. I assume we like Godot. You know what? I see that we don't really have a lot of people that would go with the raid, so never mind. We'll just unraid and wrap up tonight. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to close down and go get ready for bed.